Panthers, OBJ going to the Rams.
Come on, Dan. You know football. I bet on football every Saturday and Sunday. I got to keep up with what's happening all week.
How are you doing gambling this year?
I've been doing pretty good in college. Pros has been up and down all over the place. But, hey, we got a long way to go, Dan. I'm not going to run out of money no time soon.
How big is your bookie's house?
We've never met.
Oh, you haven't?
No.
Oh, okay. You just...
Hey, to cover my ass, I have a go-between.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. Just in case they get him. I don't know how big his house is, but... Hey, listen, hey, I told you, that's the same thing. I've never done an email. I've never done any social media. I told you, Dan, all these people are going to learn. If you're going to talk bad about people, do it the old-fashioned way, behind their back.
Like Markieff Morris, didn't he? He sort of did it behind the Joker's back.
Yeah, Dan, I was disappointed in the NBA on that. You know, I'm a big fan of the Morris brothers, but that was a cheap shot. I'm glad Joker defended himself. You just can't hit somebody. First of all, if you hit somebody, you should never turn your back on them.
I know.
That's why, like, people say, you hit him in the back. I'm like, wait, you hit me and you turn your back. hey, I can be sure of one thing. If you hit me and you turn your back, I'm going to hit you in the back of the head.
Okay, you and Shaq came up on the anniversary of you taking the ball and bouncing off Shaq's head. And then you guys had your wrestling match. Did you guys celebrate that anniversry?
No, I actually didn't know it was our anniversary.
Yeah,
because we moved to Tuesday nights now, so I didn't. So I'm adjusting to the Tuesday schedule. But hey, Dan, that's just a perfect example. Like, I'm not gonna fight Shaq; he's too big. But if somebody hit me in front of 20,000 people, I'm gonna act like I'm gonna fight. Like, he might hit me one or two times, or I might hit him one or two times. But it's not like we're going to fight for 5 minutes straight. They're going to break it up quickly. But I'm not going to let anybody hit me in front of 20,000 people and not do anything.
Shaq had a left that if it connected, you might still be down, Charles.
Dan, you act like I can't take a punch. I've been hit before.
But not by Shaq.
Come on, man. Stop it.
All right. Give me somebody that hits you that, like, I'd be like, wow. And you.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to get on here and talk a lot of noise, but I think it's probably hard to knock somebody out with one punch. I mean, you can get hit with a flurry of punches and get knocked out, but I think there's very few people who can hit a person with one shot, even great boxers. I mean, boxing is one of my favorite sports, but, Ali, Frazier, Foreman, Norden, Shavers, Holmes, Pacquiao, Floyd. I mean, I don't remember. I mean, George Foreman, even when he beat Frazier, he hit him like 1,000 times, but Joe Frazier kept getting up. And George, arguably one of the greatest punches of all time.
You don't think Shaq would have knocked you out with that left?
I do not.
Okay.
That don't mean he couldn't have hurt me a little bit, but I don't think he could knock me out.
I see you're flying the colors for Auburn there. So how excited are you that Cam Newton is going back to Carolina?
Well, I'm glad Cam got a job. He wanted to play. I saw him a couple weeks ago at the Auburn-Georgia game. And I got a lot of love for Cam. I mean, it's going to be interesting, though. I don't know how successful joining an NFL team in the middle of the season.
Yeah.
I mean, that's got to be a very difficult thing. But I'm glad he got a job because I pull for Cam. He's a good man.
What are those shoes behind you underneath your Dream Team jersey? Or
so this flag is probably one of my most valuable possessions. I stole this from the Olympics in '92, and it's got everybody who was on the original Dream Team on it. That's the first Dream Team. I got everybody to sign this flag. That's probably when I sell my memorabilia for underprivileged housing, it's probably going to be to get the most money.
Yeah.
But I'm in my gym trophy room, bar pool table room, and I got a jersey from everybody on the second Dream Team signed and a pair of shoes under the jersey. And that's Penny Hardaway's right there. I got Karl Malone, Scottie Pippen, John Stockton, Olajuwon, Peyton, Mitch Richmond, Grant Hill, Reggie Miller. Got a bunch of great stuff over my career. But I'm going to sell all this crap for underprivileged houses in my hometown since we get through the pandemic.
Help me understand what's going through Scottie Pippen's mind right now.
Whew. You need Dr. Phil. You need everybody. You know, I feel bad because it seems like he's just trying to go big game hunting because he's selling a book. I'm never going to tell another person what to say. We got to all have our own opinion. But this seems like he's got a book coming out because the book, when you write a book, in my opinion, it should be your personal thoughts about everything about you letting the world know what you think. But it just seems like to me, when you go after Phil Jackson, Michael Jordan, he came after me a little bit, you're just going big game hunting because you know it's going to get some clicks. And I've always liked Scottie. I thought he was a very good player. But like I say, it just seems like I've just got to go big game hunting because if I talk bad about big time people, it's going to get clicks and I'm going to sell some books.
I feel bad for him because it felt like nobody really asked him his opinion when he played. I remember being around the Bulls, the NBA Finals, and it felt like it was Mike, it was Phil, it was Rodman, it was everybody but Scottie, and here's Scottie, one of the great players of all time. And I think he just wants to kind of set the record straight. I think he really got hurt with The Last Dance. He probably tuned in with his family saying, hey, Mike's going to be saying some nice things about me, and then next thing you know, Mike's roasting Scottie there.
Well, Dan, even myself, when people talk about me, they get to bring up stupid stuff I did. So, you know, whatever happens, happens. You don't get to get mad about it. The stuff that Michael said in The Last Dance was true. Like, every time they bring up stupid stuff I did, I can't get mad. Have done some stupid things in my lifetime. But I don't think it was Michael's intention to roast Scottie. But like I say, I just think that it seems like if first of all, if you want to say these things, just say them. Don't put them in a book. That's the only problem I've had with a lot of these things. If he wants to come on Dan Patrick's show and say some things, I got no problem with that. If he wants to say his opinion. But when you bring all this stuff up and you just happen to have a book coming out, that's what I think is the problem everybody's having now.
But he's taking on Mike right now. And as you
that's
know...
Listen, that's as big as game hunting as you can get.
I know, but you never get that trophy. You can't. Mike doesn't let you put his head on your wall. That doesn't happen.
I know, but like I say, Scott is just trying to sell books. Yeah. I don't think he's worried about relationships down the line, friendships down the line. I think he's just trying to sell books.
We're talking to Charles Barkley, of course, Hall of Famer, NBA on TNT. I mentioned this stat. 57 different players have scored at least 30 points in a game so far this season. What do you make of that?
It's not fun for me to watch the game, to be honest with you, because it's just a three-point shooting contest. And there's times I'm watching the game, I'm like, you got a wide open lane advantage because they're playing the three, take the ball to the basket. And my biggest problem is we got guys shooting threes now who can't shoot. And like I say, I'm not the old get off my lawn guy. Listen, I tell you, listen, I love basketball. Basketball has given me everything in my life. But now it's like after a game where we didn't make enough threes. I'm like, well, if you wasn't making threes, you could have took the ball to the basket. So it's very interesting to watch. But man, it's just a three-point shooting contest now.
Trying to figure out, and I want to be fair to the Lakers and wait till after Christmas before I have a good sense of what this team is going to play like. But it feels like, Russ is trying. He's trying too hard, it feels like. What do you make of the Lakers so far, first month of the season?
Well, I think it's interesting. They blame everything on Russ. They lost to Oklahoma City twice. They had a 25-point lead in both games. And I'm watching all these fools, idiots, and jackasses on TV the next day blame Russ. I'm like, yeah, they had a 25-point lead. Russ didn't do it all by himself. Now, Russ does have to take better care of the ball. But as I said from the beginning, with all those old geezers out there, LeBron's starting to break down. Those little injuries, they didn't happen 5-6 years ago. That means he's getting older. His body's starting to break down. But it's still going to come down to Anthony Davis. I've said day one, if Anthony Davis is one of the 5 best players in the NBA, the Lakers are going to be tough to beat. If he's not one of the 5 best players, they're not going to be competitive because he's the only one that you can't match up with at this stage of his career. To me, he should be doing what Magic Johnson did. You go back and look at the great Laker teams. Kareem was the man forever, like LeBron. And when LeBron started getting older, Kareem started getting older, then it became Magic's team. It should start to be Anthony Davis' team at this point of his career.
Why isn't Anthony Davis more like the Greek Freak?
He just don't have that killer thing.
Yeah.
He's like that kid. Listen, let me tell you something. Giannis and Russell Westbrook, I'll pay to watch those guys play because as a fan, they give you maximum effort every single night. Whether you like Russ or not, you got to admire his ability. Like, I'm going to give you everything I got. I might make some mistakes. I might miss some shots. But, man, you give me maximum effort every night. That's all I can ask for as a fan. But Anthony, to me, and this is when we're talking about always comparing guys, I says, as much as I love LeBron, he's amazing. But to me, he didn't have, listen, Michael and Kobe, they'll kill you. Those two guys, and it's just a mindset. And Giannis, he is out there, he's more close to Michael and Kobe, and Anthony is more closer to LeBron. LeBron's a great, great player, and he's a really, really nice guy. I don't think anybody ever said Michael and Kobe were nice guys because they don't care about that. Hey, listen, and that's not a knock. Everybody don't have that killer instinct. Like Kobe and Michael, like I say, I've been in the NBA for 37 years, and I've seen a lot of great players. David Robinson was a great player. He's a nice man. Patrick Ewing was a great, great player. He's a nice man. Karl Malone's a nice man. John Stockton's a nice man. Michael and Kobe, listen, I don't think anybody ever said, oh, man, they are nice guys. They out there to kill you.
Was Bird a nice guy?
No. But he didn't have that physical ability. Like Larry beat you with his will and his mind. But he didn't have the athletic ability that Kobe and Michael and LeBron and those guys had. Yeah. Larry willed himself and his team to win. That's a great question, too. Same thing with Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson was a great, great player, but he couldn't physically impose his will upon you like Kobe and Michael could.
Are you all in on my Warriors bandwagon?
I think it's too early. I'm not, Dan, I don't want to be, one thing I hate about these morning shows, not your show, these other idiots and fools. No, they want to know who's the best team after 10 games. I'm like, they play 82 games. That's I'm watching these shows. They're like, well, who's the NFL MVP? I'm like, dude, they play 6 games. Nobody cares. Let it get, it'll come out in the wash.
Why do you keep watching these shows you hate?
Because number one, I need to know. Well, number one, you got to get up in the morning, Dan. And secondly, it's fun to work out and watch something. I mean, there's nothing else on from 6 in the morning until noon.
Okay, what drives you crazy, though? When you watch these shows, that makes you yell at the TV?
Well, I hate Skip Bayless. I hate him more than anything in the world.
But you watch.
I watch Shannon because, listen, in fairness, I need to know because, Dan, I'm coming on your show. I need to like no seriously. And you know I love you. You're one of my favorite people. I mean, you're a coward on the golf course. And Dan, let me tell you something. You ain't got no chance to ever beat me again. I'll come to your house. I'll come wherever you're at. You ain't never gonna beat me in golf again. And I say it never, ever.
You know, if we had played for money all these years, you wouldn't have any money.
No.
So I gave you you were a charity case. Hey, come on,
Dan. I have been through when I was a really good player. I was the worst player in the world, but I'm back now, brother. I'm back now with a vengeance.
Okay, but I don't like this front runner attitude here because, you know, that's
no. I'm not gonna let you get away with that. Hey, when I was crappy on the golf course, y'all trashed me for 30 years. Yes, you did.
I tried to help you.
No. Hey, listen.
I told you not to play. I told you not to play. I tried to help you.
What else are old fat people gonna do? What else are old fat people gonna do?
Okay, what does Shaq do?
Make commercials.
He makes money.
He makes money. Man, hey, listen, I'm an old fat dude. I just want to play golf and fish every day. I love relaxing, doing nothing, but I got my superpowers back. I'll play anybody, anytime, anywhere.
What's your handicap here, Tiger?
I'm a 10. I'm back to a 10 now.
I'd like to see the index card. I'd like to see your card there.
I'm back to a 10, Dan.
Yeah, I'm
just telling you.
I don't trust you. I don't trust you.
Dan, what are you going to do the show from my house? We've been saying that for 30 years.
But aren't you in Philadelphia?
No, I'm in Arizona.
Oh, okay.
Dan, I don't do cold weather, brother.
I still.
Hey, I've never let cameras in my house. That's my private sanctuary. But when they had the Super Bowl out here a few years ago, we talked about doing it in my backyard.
I know.
Yeah, we can do. I'll tell you what. We'll set it up on my tennis court. I'll bring all the refreshments. We'll get drunk as hell and do great TV.
What do you have? 3-bedroom, 2-bath? Is that what you got there?
5 bedrooms, 5 baths. Guest house, tennis court, driving range, swimming pool. Dan, I got a lot of money. I ain't gonna just drive. I need to spend it. Hey, I don't want to leave it for my free.
Super Bowl's in Arizona next year.
Come on, we can do one of the shows. Dan, I'm not leaving all this money for my freeloading ass family. Hey, if I could go to Vegas one last trip before I kill over, lose some money, then burn the rest, I'd be the happiest person in the world.
Can I be a pallbearer?
Oh, I'm not. I don't do funerals. Hey, I told him to burn my fat ass up and put me in Leeds, Alabama, in the lake. Dan, I'm gonna get cremated. Funerals suck. I'm gonna get cremated, and I want my ashes spread over Leeds, Alabama. I don't want to hear no crying. I don't want anybody. First of all, I don't want people up there telling stories. I don't want that. I just say, listen, I've had a great run. Just burn my fat ass up. But listen. I've always wanted to be skinny. Put me in the. Hey. Seriously, put my ashes in. There's a lake in my hometown called Lake Purdy. I want my ashes spread in Lake Purdy, and everybody go out and have a celebration. But
you don't want to have a wake. We're not allowed to, like.
Hell no.
Oh, come on. There'd be.
Dan, nobody want to sit around and look at somebody who's dead. Listen, I'm not trying to be morbid or ever. I don't believe in that crap. And don't put me in the ground somewhere. I'm not going to go visit people. I never get that. They're not in the ground, folks. Don't go visit cemeteries. I think that's crazy.
What if we stuff you? Could we do something like that?
No, dude. Just throw me in that oven.